world of YouTube is some legendary article I found in the Sentinel and Enterprise back in 1993. And the legend says in this article, the great French war of general of France, Napoleon, nearly came to Bolton. Yes, I guess it is. This is an actual article on Napoleon in Paris, or course in Moscow. Yes, captured the city on the don't laugh, man. I guess when Napoleon started getting to the end of his time, of course, of being captured or whatnot, someone I believe wrote him a letter, somehow got a hold of him, and the guy's name was it's Massachusetts flashback. This is a Massachusetts newspaper, sorry. And this house was built in 1939 by Josiah Richardson. There was a man named, and it's the Wilder Mansion, and it still stands, I believe, to this day. There's a private residence now. But I guess there's a log house that might be still on the property. And the house stood until about 1900. Oh, sorry, the log house was burnt in 1900. But there's a nearby fish pond, traces. I think the foundation might still stand there. I don't know if it still stands there now, but I believe the house still stands there. But anyways, this V.S. Wilder, I guess, Sampson, a native of Lancaster. He's a figure in the history of Bolton. Goes on to say right in Paris. Oh, I guess he moved to Paris. As soon as Wilder arrived in Paris, he arranged to take language lessons from a linguist named Latour Mabere. And I'm not French. Who spoke 7 languages, and he, I guess, would later become, as fate would have it, Mabere would be later become Napoleon's secretary. So whoever this Latour Mabere was Napoleon's secretary and interpreter. So that's what it was. This guy goes to Paris. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe he was here in the war overseas or whatnot. But he took it upon himself to meet this person. Now, whether or not he went there too because maybe he could think of getting him out of there, he just happened to meet this person because he wanted to do, language or whatnot. But literally, he offered to bring him to here, to the United States, to Bolton, Mass. That's some stuff, man. I read this article about a week ago. Been meaning to go over this. But in France, Wilder followed Napoleon's rise from the time he crowned himself empire in 1804 until he must have went out there and lived. But all in all, he was going to offer this man, Napoleon, I don't know if he was good or bad. I forget, I just read a little bit on him. I mean, I've always heard about Napoleon and all his stuff and great he took a young age into being a general and all in France, but whether or not he was like a Hitler or whatever, but they say he was a great officer and took into some pride into some great wars. So I mean, all in all, I never really got interested into Napoleon, but I figured I'd share this story because I mean that would have been very, you know, impressively awesome to see, you know, someone come over from another country and and if the war wasn't a good cause, save his life. If it was a bad cause, well then shit. Someone should have just took his head off. But like I said, I was never into Napoleon and reading up to him. All I knew, yeah, he was a colonel, general, whatever in the war, French war. I mean, I knew all that, but hey, you know, it's pretty cool to see that he almost made it here. And that would bring it to if he would have made it here, and if he was a great general, as a good guy, not a bad guy. Just think of that as being what would happen if he would have came here and entered one of our wars, and he dominated a lot of the European countries out there. I mean, I did, like I said, read up a little quick on him before this, and said he did from 24 to 50 or whatever. He did a lot of good wars and, you know, took out a lot of enemies. So if he was a good, you know, colonel, general, whatnot, hell, it would have been good to have him here fighting our wars, or even the French-Indian War, and take care of the problem. You know, all these damn jerks taking over the land, being greedy. But then again, who knows, they would have manipulated the Indians too and conquered them, suckered them out of all kinds of stuff. But I know later on the French in England I read about started up another war, but Indians did not take part in that. They just minded their business. But, you know, I mean, if Napoleon was considered a good guy yet and wasn't, you know, so say Adolf Hitler or some dumb douchebag Kim Jong-il, North Korea jerk, can try to shoot missiles over here and, you know, tear out the whole eastern coast. If he was a good guy in ways, hey, it would have been nice to have him here fighting, bringing some order. But I thought I'd share that as another part of history. Like I said, did a lot of articles in the 90s in newspapers, and this one was one of them. And hell, it's just crazy when you find out stuff like this, man. But the hell, man, you know what? That's what I like to do. Keep up on my history. I mean, I even went over some stuff with my father today about the Leominster Lake. He never even heard of that. And this guy's got every book you can imagine on history, but sometimes things are overlooked. And that's what I like to do. Have it never forgot. Bring it back into time. Hell, just to think if they were to put this all back together, like the Leominster Lake, and bring back some revenue in this town. Or the casino, like they were trying to, but hey, a lake would do just as fine. But other than that, that's what I like to do, find out stuff about history. And here's another one down and tackled as, like it says, legend says, Napoleon nearly came to Bolton, Mass. And this guy was a local admirer, offered the dethroned Empire sanctuary. So yeah, this guy, whether or not he heard about it, went over there, tried to find, you know, Napoleon or whatnot, or he just went over there, you know, gradually and just happened to bump into him or whatnot. Found out what was going on, you know, whatever, vice versa. It just that would have been. Till that next video, should have some coming very shortly. I'm trying to get time in for all this and get it done. Like I said, time's a factor, and it sucks around here because I'm losing a lot of valuable time and due to bullshit going around. Oh man, really, sucks. 'Cause I got a lot of stuff I gotta cover, and I don't got the time. Whatever. Another video down. To the next video. Be safe, take care, and always believe in history is always something nice to learn. I like it. Love history. You never know what you're gonna find to come out with. Till the next video. Out.